Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Triple N Talk Show. I'm Dr. NIK NIKAM. We are delighted you can join us, and we have a special guest this evening, and we're going to be talking about her in a minute. In the meantime, we would like you to download our app, which is NNN Media for Android and Apple devices, and you can follow us on YouTube and also on Google Plus. Talking about the YouTube, we would like you to visit our YouTube channel, which is NIK NIKAM, where we have more than 800 videos accenting our experience here in the Houston area. We also have a Facebook page, which is a NIK NIKAM Network, where you can follow us with the latest updates in and around the Houston area and from around the globe. Today, we are going to be talking to Aradhana, Thawani, right?
Yes, Padilla.
And she was the second runner-up at the Mrs. India contest in New Jersey. And she's going to share some of her experience taking part in this contest and also, going for the Mrs. India contest. Aradhana, delighted to have you. Welcome to Triple N Talk Show.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, yeah, let's start off by give us a little bit about your background. Then we'll talk about your beauty contest and everything beyond that.
Well, my name is Aradhana Padilla, and I live in Houston, Texas, and I took part in the beauty contest this year. And I work with my husband in electronic business.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, tell us what got you interested in this beauty contest?
Well, I would say when me and my sister we were younger, we would be watching like Miss World and Miss Universe, and I guess as a girl, that's what you like, beauty and looking at the crowns. It was just a thing that when we were little, that's something we wanted to do.
That's fair. So what was the first contest you entered?
The first one that I ever did was in 2008. It was in Houston. It was a local pageant of ICC. It was Miss Teen.
I see.
Miss Teen. That was the first one I did. I didn't win, but it was a good experience.
So what kind of preparation you had to do for your first contest?
Well, for every pageant or even the first one, when you enter a contest, they give you at least a week or a 3-day training where they tell you how to walk and how to look and how to present yourself. So there is always like a 3-day to a week training that they do on your walking and your talking skills.
Is it a prerequisite to have like a Bollywood dance and music and all this?
Well, they do require there is a talent round, so it doesn't have to be dancing. Whatever you're good at, your talent, that's what you do.
I see. So what are the things you learned from your first contest that you entered?
The first one, I would say I learned it makes you more confident, because the first time you do something like that, you're nervous to be in front of such a big crowd. So it teaches you how to be more secure of yourself.
Yeah, that's fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Triple N Talk Show coming to you live on YouTube and also Google Plus. I'm Dr. NIK NIKAM, and my special guest is Aradhana Thawani. You say Padilla or
Padilla?
Padilla, yeah, because I have a doctor friend of mine who is Zoria. His spelling is
Double L.
Double L. Yes, similar. Okay. And what are the type of things you had to learn just for taking part in the contest?
Your talking skills, to be quick when they have the question and answer round. It's something they teach you, that answer quick. So that's something that you have to practice on your own, is to talk to yourself in front of the mirror when ask yourself questions. I think that's something that you have to train yourself on.
Mark Twain said that it took him only 3 weeks for an impromptu speech. So, I mean, how do you develop the confidence, to speak in front of the audience and all this?
I guess when you're on the platform, it just comes to you, because on your mind, you have it set, you want to win. So I guess it's just something, it comes naturally when you're on the platform.
That's fascinating. And okay, then what was the next contest you entered?
Well, I also did Miss India Texas in 2010, which I was first runner-up. I didn't go to USA, but in 10, that was my second pageant that I did win.
Yeah. And what things that you had to do differently when you entered Miss India pageant in 2010?
It was actually the same, just the title as Miss from Mrs. That's what changed. The whole
I see.
process is the same.
Oh, that's very good. So did you have to take like special dance lessons or?
Um, it depends what talent you have. Some girls sing. My talent was dancing. So if you want to take lessons, you can. Other than that, it's just on your own, your talent.
That's very good. And uh, tell us, what is the purpose of this Mrs. Texas pageant?
The purpose, I would say, this is something that, Indian community, they're so close-minded when it comes that if you're married, you can't pursue your dreams. So
Yeah.
the point of the Mrs. pageant that they had started is that it doesn't matter your age or your marital status. You can go ahead and achieve your goals. And for ladies who are married, they still can be part of pageants. It doesn't mean that just because you're married, now you can't pursue your
Yeah,
goals.
that's pretty good. Yeah. And tell us about the Mrs. pageant in Texas. So you were the winner of the Mrs. pageant in
Yes,
Texas, right?
I was the winner in Texas but in October. And then I went down to the USA, the national pageants after that.
So how many people were in the Texas pageant?
The Texas pageant, it was nine misses total.
So what are all the things they expected from you in this contest?
They expect you to be nice, first of all, to all the contestants. That's something they teach us, just to be humble over there.
Yeah.
And the expectation is the same. You be a good representative because you're representing your state.
I see. That's pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and my special guest is Aradhana Thawani Padilla, and she is the second runner-up at the Mrs. India USA pageant, which was held in New Jersey. We're going to talk about. Okay, tell us about your trip to New Jersey.
It was a great experience. I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was nerve-wracking because you don't know what's going to happen there. You don't know the people. So it was a great time. It was a journey that I will remember.
What was different in New Jersey compared to the other contests that you had entered?
Over here, you feel a little bit more homely because it's your city. You have your family here and everybody. And then when you go all the way to nationals, you don't know the people there. You don't know what you're going to get into. And it's such on a big level that it makes you nervous.
So how many people from Houston went there?
From Houston, in the Mrs. category, it was 3 of us.
So you had to prepare for certain days there, or?
Yes, we had a 3-day training before the pageant itself, where they taught us the whole choreography of the opening dance, and they had told us how to talk and how to represent our states.
So did you have any special training in public speaking?
Oh no, I personally have no training in public speaking.
Were you in like speech contests, things like that in the school?
No, I was actually always afraid of speech. So I think these pageants have kind of helped me get rid of my stage fright.
You know, talking about being afraid of speaking, again, I go back to Mark Twain. He said, just before I got on the podium, both God and I knew what we wanted to say. And once I got on the podium, the other person was missing. So if anyone has seen him, would you please send him over here? Yeah, I got involved with Toastmasters. That was almost a couple of decades ago. And I guess like everything else, it comes with practice.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and my special guest is Aradhana Padilla from Sugarland, Texas, I should say.
Yeah.
And okay, so what kind of challenges did you face from your first contest, and how did you adapt yourself to be doing better in the subsequent ones?
Well, I think everything is like a journey. You learn from everything you do. So from my first pageant to this pageant, I learned from my mistakes. Like if I was not talking right, if I was not doing something right, I would say I did build more confidence as I went along. That's what I think I learned, confidence.
So, what are the areas you felt that you needed improvement from your first contest to the second or the
I
next
would
one?
say the speaking, the question and answer round is something not just me, any girl is nervous about. You have to answer right on spot. And I think that's what something.
I mean, how do you prepare for these impromptu questions? Because you don't know what the subject is.
You really can't. All you can do is Google some questions that you think you might get.
You think the judges are going to be using those questions?
I'm pretty sure, and they have. It's common questions, pageant questions, something on your. They don't ask like general knowledge, what's 2 + 2. Thing is something they want to know how you are as a person. So as if you are self-confident, I think it's easy for you to answer, and that's what I guess I built over through time is self-confidence to answer to the judges as whatever they ask me.
So the judges they are asking on general topic, or are they asking like national events or current affairs, things like that?
They do tell us that it will be in current affairs or something to do with daily basis. Like my question in Texas was, you're a married woman, how do you take time out from these things? So it's something basic they ask. It's about yourself, something you would have an answer for. So around something very easy, they always ask.
Yeah, that's interesting. So how do you take time off for all your activities?
I think you have to make time with your goals and work. You have to put priorities. What is more important to you? And I think today's everybody's so busy working, they forget about their dreams. So I guess you have to balance.
That's very good. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a Triple N talk show, and I'm Dr. NIK NIKAM, and my special guest is Aradhana Padilla from Sugar Land, Texas. She was the second runner-up in Mrs. India USA pageant, which was held in New Jersey, and this is coming to you live on YouTube and also Google Plus. And please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also our Google Plus, and we also have a Facebook page, which is a NIK NIKAM Network, where we keep you abreast of what is happening in and around the Houston area from around the world. And if you would like to be a guest on our program, please do give us a call. Our number is 281-265-7567. Okay, let's see. See, like Mark Twain, I can't remember what I'm supposed to ask. Actually, if you look at some of these new TV shows, they have a whole table covered with all kinds of papers and books. So they are no longer, just reading a teleprompter or something. Okay. What is one most important thing you have learned from all these contests that may be of benefit to prospective contestants in the future?
I think it teaches you to respect and be humble, because once you meet so many beautiful women, it teaches you that there are so many pretty girls out there just like you, smart and intelligent, and it makes you stand out on your own. So it builds a self-confidence. It makes you an individual. I think that's the experience you take out of there, is you learn about yourself, how you are.
So are they just looking at beauty, or they're looking at your ability to interact with people? So what is the most important thing?
I think it's an overall. That's how they pick winners. Who is the best at all these criteria?
Yeah.
The first thing, obviously, they look at is beauty.
Yeah.
Then the second thing is brain, how well this person can be in public and represent their state or their country in a certain way. So I think beauty, obviously, because it's a beauty contest, it comes along with it. But brains is also very important because they're representing a state.
It's kind of a sort of a half title, I should say, because it goes far beyond beauty.
Exactly.
Because I had the opportunity to interview Nina Dabaluri, who was 2014 Miss America, and obviously, there are a lot more things
yes.
that really go into, when they select somebody as
your
Miss
talent, your
America.
Behavior, how nice you are, everything counts.
Talking about Miss America, and in fact, she said the main focus of Miss America is to focus on like social issues, like eradication of childhood diseases, or HIV, or helping homeless people, things like that. Does this Mrs. India pageant have any objectives like that?
Oh, well, the one we did in Texas, they
Uh-huh.
did donate whatever fundings that they got. They donated it to Syria
I
to
see.
to help them. So in Texas, they do. In USA, New Jersey pageant, I'm not sure. But as for Texas, we did have a cause for it.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's very good. Okay. Uh, if you were to do this all over again, what would you do differently?
I would have to do this all over again. I don't think I would do anything differently because I think the whole point is to be yourself and be strong, be independent, and just I'll be myself all over again.
So, what advice do you have for young ladies who are trying to enter for the first time? What are the things or areas they need to focus upon?
I would tell them not to be afraid. It's actually a fun journey. It's a really great experience. It helps you know. It helps you be confident in any
Yeah.
criteria you want to be, and I think that's what you learn. And I would tell them to be a part of it because it's just more
Yeah.
than a beauty pageant.
You have plans to enter any future contests?
No, not yet. Right now, my hands are full with this, so I haven't thought about it.
Uh-huh. And you have any hobbies?
Yes, actually, I love dancing. I used to be a dance choreographer, Bollywood, and I love cooking.
What kind of food do you cook?
Indian, basically.
Indian. And in fact, I asked, do you have any interest in acting?
I do. I mean, as I grew up, we watched a lot of Bollywood
I
movies.
know.
So it's something, it's an interest, it's a hobby as well, acting. It's fun. It's something I'd like to do in my fun time.
That's interesting. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Triple N Talk Show. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and my special guest is Aradhana Padilla from Sugarland, Texas, who was the second runner-up at Mrs. India USA contest, which was held in New Jersey. And any other final thoughts you have?
Well, I really appreciate you having me here, and this has been a great journey. And I would if I could, I'd like to convince as many ladies out there in Houston and in Texas to go forward and do this pageant coming in 2016.
Okay, thank you very much, and
Thank you.
wish you all the good luck, and maybe we will see you as maybe Mrs. India USA in the future.
Yeah, again, yes.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. You have been watching a Triple N Talk Show, and we'll be back next Wednesday. And thank you for watching.